It is exactly 3:45 p.m. on Friday, September 12th, 2025. I just had to leave a voicemail for the Greenville Group 2 minutes ago, literally, because over the last 2 hours, starting at approximately 1:45 p.m., while I was quietly sitting at my table, engaging in the use of my laptop computer to conduct business-related obligations, tasks, and documentation, somebody in the bathroom of 78 started getting violent and aggressive against this wall right here and against the wall behind my bathroom. And they had been doing this for 2 hours now. The violent slamming and banging had been occurring for 2 hours directly against the walls. It sounds like somebody is slamming heavy buckets of liquid against the wall behind this sink and against the wall behind this sink, which is basically the same corner of the bathroom of 78. Obviously, it's a small bathroom. So when I say that the banging is against that wall and that wall, it's the same corner of the bathroom behind this wall. The bathroom behind this wall is unoccupied. There's nobody renting it right now, and there has been nobody renting it for weeks. The only time that there's ever signs of anybody in that bathroom is when I physically try to go into this bathroom to use the toilet or to take a shower. And then whoever is able to access the bathroom of 78 on an ongoing basis accesses the bathroom of 78 and then engages in some violent, disruptive, and harmful deliberate activities against this wall that show the fact that there are surveillance devices being used in this bathroom because, again, the slamming and banging only happen basically when I try to do certain things in this bathroom, but not others. So I cannot use a tap to this bathroom, and I cannot use a tap to this sink right here. Because once again, starting 2 hours ago, when somebody started slamming and banging some heavy bucket-like objects against this wall, the water to this tap suddenly started to smell really foul when it wasn't smelling foul 5 minutes before. Therefore, the same set of conditions around the sink did not change, but the water and the contents of the water coming out of this tap did. Right? Nothing changes in the environment, but then something that happens coming out changes. That means that nothing in the environment is affecting the changes occurring from variable number one, which is the tap and the water that comes out of this tap. So the water to this tap cannot safely be used. It suddenly started inducing very intense, painful stinging and burning approximately 2 hours ago that I then had to rinse off with pre-filled water bottles with water that does not induce burning and stinging. And the burning and stinging does not ever occur when I go down the hall to the common bathroom on the same floor and try to use the water from that tap because, oh my God, this water stinks. I also have 3 spray bottles of decontaminant, rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, 90% rubbing alcohol, see, 91%. And 70%. So the 91% is in this bottle. The 70% isopropyl alcohol is in this bottle. And the hydrogen peroxide is in this bottle. Why? Because every time I try to rinse off anything in this tap that I would have to ingest or use on my person, the water suddenly starts to stink, or then it becomes extremely chemically contaminated to the point where it burns your skin and induces stinging and burning upon contact. And the stinging and burning are immediately extinguished when you rinse off that contaminated tap water with pre-filled water bottles. There's also been the resumed use of a directed energy weapon, as I reported earlier this morning when I was sitting on my bed. Jasmine Irizarry is the Greenville Group's paid career criminal who likes to brag on social media posts that she makes on my channel that she gets paid a lot of money to engage in the use of a directed energy device. She seems to have a problem with me calling it a directed energy device. She and her friend, Mr. C. Thomas, have told me in written comments that they have made on my social media page that I should refer to their device as a directed energy weapon. That's how you know you're dealing with insane people who are doing exactly what you claim and that you keep observing they are doing. They admit to doing it, and then they take it personally when you make false comments about the specifics of what they are actually doing. It needs to be noted that the water to this tap was perfectly fine until 1:45 p.m. when somebody, once again, entered the bathroom of 78 that is vacant and unrented and started slamming heavy bucket-like objects against the wall behind this tap, and then the water started to smell really foul, even though nothing around it changed, and I'm not the one who smells foul. It was smelling foul only at the moment that it started to smell foul and not before, which means that has nothing to do with anything in this environment. It also stops smelling foul when you shut the tap off. When you shut the tap off, the stench stops. That's how you know the stench is coming from the water. Duh. So I called the Greenville Group. Problem number one, I can't go into my bathroom without getting electronically assaulted each time I try to use a toilet. The use of a directed energy device only occurs when I physically try to sit on that toilet, not at any point before, and not at any point after, only when I try to sit on that toilet, making it unsafe and unprivate for me to use that toilet. B, the water to this tap suddenly started smelling foul and intermittently inducing sudden burning and stinging of the skin upon contact at 1:45 p.m. while somebody was slamming and banging things against this wall. And the slamming and banging against this wall had been coming from the bathroom of 78 for 2 hours now, meaning that person is not legitimately using the bathroom facilities behind this wall for any legitimate purpose. They are slamming and banging things repeatedly against that wall as a form of deliberate harassment to let me know that they have something to do with the problems with the water to this tap that are also extending to the tap in this bathroom, because that's the same small corner of the same small bathroom, and I cannot use the water to this tap either. There is an obvious contaminant. It is extremely foul smelling. It is intermittently causing burning and stinging from this tap as well. And whoever keeps slamming and banging and doxing their physical dysregulation in the bathroom behind this wall has also been using a directed energy device to electronically harass me each time I've tried to physically use this toilet right here over the last 2 hours. This was not going on yesterday. This was not happening this morning. This was not happening anytime prior to 1:45 p.m. today. And this is the reason I left the voicemail for the Greenville group. And these are the ... talking points I will mention in my written follow-up to them and their attorneys. I should have the ability to privately and safely use this bathroom. And even as I'm standing here making this video, Irizarry is now deliberately doxing her presence behind this wall by propagating sudden, intense, overpowering smoke and fumes of marijuana and cigar and electronically assaulting me with the same directed energy device that she has physically told me in multiple written comments that I should refer to as a directed energy weapon, and has bragged that she's getting paid a lot of money to use, presumably by the Greenville group. I've been reporting this for years. It continues to happen for years. I have years worth of written notices to the Greenville group regarding the obvious and constant use of surveillance devices in this bathroom, and Jasmine Irizarry's constant violence and smoke and fume propagation from behind this wall, and her use of a directed energy device that has been occurring now since 2018. And because they refuse to do anything about it, they're the ones who are causing this. She brags she's getting paid, so who's paying her? Greenville? Probably.